Okay, I want to talk a little bit about 3D tools in Photoshop in this tutorial. And while I wouldn't say that you're going to use Photoshop to do a lot of creating of 3D models, you do use Photoshop a lot to create textures for 3D models. And I'll show you how that works in a second here. So when you use a 3D modeling application and you create an object, one of the things you do is you sort of take a human head, okay? In order to put texture on that human head, you first have to export from the 3D application what's called a UV map. And that looks like this. So basically you take the head apart and you flatten it down so that you can apply texture to it. And then, so once you have that UV map, you can then start painting your texture on. And so that's one thing that Photoshop is used for, is creating the texture on a UV map. You can then take that texture back into the 3D application, and then the skin will wrap back around the head appropriately, if that makes sense. All right, but today, so let me show you how that works a little bit in Photoshop. So I'm going to take this just brick wall and I'm going to apply it to a cube. So I'm going to go to 3D, new mesh from layer, mesh preset, and I'm just going to choose a cube. So Photoshop's asking me if I want to jump into the 3D workspace, which yes, I do, because I need those tools. Okay, so if you take a look now, you can see that I do actually, it turned my little brick wall into a cube for me. But the texture is only on one side. Okay. So if I go over and look at my layer palette, you can see that I have multiple textures, right? So the bottom texture, the top texture, left texture, back, right material, and front material. So if I double click on front material, it's going to open that back up to just my brick wall picture. But the cool thing is, like anything I do on this picture, so let's say I do some graffiti on here. And now I save that. So because I painted on the texture layer, or the layer texture, it shows up on my cube. Right? So if I wanted to put the the brick texture on another layer, I'd have to get that image. Let me open that image back up. Or here, I'll put this dune on another layer, on another surface. Back to my, sorry, I've got a lot of files open now. So let's go to left material, open that guy up. I'm going to take my dune image, I'm going to do an edit. Select all, could have done Command A. I'm going to do an edit copy. I could do Command C. I'm going to go to my left material surface and I'm going to do an edit paste. And now if I go back to my where is my cube, and I spin it around for you. Wait, where is my there we go. Now my dune's on there. I had just forgotten to save. So I had to save on the material surface. And so I could go and put pictures on any one of these sides. So that's just a real brief overview of the 3D models in Photoshop.